Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to see about the select statement, basic select statement, and how to write this select statement and what is the use of this. So we do have this SQL Workbench open. Last time we downloaded it and installed it, and then we created one sample database where we are having three tables here. What we are going to do is we are just opening a SQL tab or editor here, where we are going to see some of the where we are going to see how we can write the query. So we do have some options like limit to 1,000 rows, or limit to 10 rows, 15 rows, or suppose we do have some 1,000 records, then we can just say limit to 1,000 rows. Or if I have like 50,000 rows or something like that, or we then we can say that to limit to 50,000. Or let's say we do have 1 million records in a table, then we can just say don't limit. If you do that, don't limit, then may take more time to load the data, limiting to the 100, 1,000 rows. Let's try to do that. So the first thing is we are going to do is select is the word we are going to use, and star is something which is we are saying retrieve everything from this, and then from where we wanted to get. So let's say we wanted to get the data from the employee demographics. So let's try to use this employee demographics, and now I'm just selecting giving a semicolon because this is important. With query we can write this, and once we execute, so this is the option to execute the query. So now if you execute, then you can say that the data is getting displayed here. So this is a very simple query which is we are trying to run, where select is just telling the SQL or MySQL engine that I want to retrieve the data from the table. And then star is something which is telling that all the columns from this table I wanted to retrieve, and from where. So it is a demographic. So one more thing which is we are missing here, like suppose now this is just one database we do are having, but if we have multiple databases, then it is good practice to give the database name. So what we can do is here, instead of employee demographics, we can just mention supply, and logistics is our database, which is we have just created, and dot. We do have the tables listed here, which is coming here. So employee demographics is the one which is, and we can just do a same column. And if you run it, then also it is going to be running like this. Now, this is the first step. The second thing which is we can do is basically right now, if I just try to use this now, instead of everything means all the columns, if I just have a requirement of displaying a couple of columns or maybe just one column, then probably instead of star we just need to remove this, and let's first name as the first column, and just we'll just try to execute this. What it will do this, it will just instead of all the columns, suppose if one of the columns is having suppose any of the table is having 10 columns, then we just don't want to display all the columns in just specific columns, then we can give this. So this is the first one column we have given. But apart from that, suppose let's say I want to get another column which is age. That is also we can give it like this, and we can select it, or we can just keep our cursor here and just click on here, and this will be executing like this. So now this is something which is we have seen now. So this is we have given. Let's say we do last name as well. I'm giving here like three columns, and I'm just trying to executing it. Now you can see this is something which is three columns. It is displaying. Now we have given this in a single line, but it is fine. Means like this also we can give, and because this is SQL is a flexible enough, and when we have a long query, then it is possible that uh, giving the columns like this separate line, it will be helpful for us to write the queries and to understand it as well. So this is something which is we can do. Let's say we can do some functions, or you can perform some mathematical operations on this as well. Suppose this is a numerical column. and I wanted to add some number in that. So we can do this age plus let's say 10. So what I wanted to do is in this column I wanted to add another 10 in that, and I wanted to display. If I do this and just run it, then you can see this. We do have the original age column as it is, but age plus 10 is another column which is got created, and uh, it does shows the addition 10 added result in each row. So that is something which is we can do as a mathematical operation. And the one more thing, we can give a name to this as well. Like let's say 10 plus year age. Like this, I can give a column name, and if I try to run this, that means you can see that above name. This is we can give like this an alias to this. Uh, Another thing which we can do is this will also work. This will also work. Single quotes, double quotes is fine. Uh, or can say as well. Just try to run it. Okay. So this is the things. Another thing I wanted to tell you that if there is like mm, multiple mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, or division. As you know, there is a BODMAS rule which is in mathematics. Um, how the preferences of the execution of the operations will be performed. So similar way, there is a PEM DAS is something um, which is nothing but this is a parenthesis, this is exponent, this multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So this is the preference. It will be like first will be parenthesis will be solved, then exponents, the other, then third one is the multiplication, then division, like this. So suppose what I'm doing here is I am giving a parenthesis here now, and I am giving multiplying it with 10. Okay, so here the preferences will be this parenthesis will be solved first, and then this multiplication because parenthesis comes first. And if I try to run this, now you can say like age plus 10 was 54 and into 10, and that comes as a 540 here. This is the result it is showing. And probably if I do as plus 2, then this will be performed last. So let's try to do this, and you can see 540 plus 2. So this bracket or parenthesis has been performed first, and then its multiplication, and then finally a plus division. So this is something which is a board PEM does. Uh, this is something which is a rule we can say which is followed here. Similar way, we can perform many operations like division, subtraction as well. Now, this the last thing I wanted to show you is let's say select. I'm just trying to run it again. Now I try to run this again. Now you can say this is all these rows which is coming here. Now what I wanted to show you is a select a distinct. A distinct is something which is going to display the unique records in this. So let's say I am selecting last name, okay, and trying to run it. So now this is the last name, which is, but if there are multiple values with the same name, and if I do a distinct here and just try to run it. Now distinct will what will do? It will try to retrieve the unique records. So how does it does? But now here in this result we don't have anything distinct because all the names are different. But if I do this, so let's say I am reviewing it and uh, let me try it as a gender. And now if I see all these are the like male and female. So this is female, this is female, this female, and rest of them are male. That means if I wanted to find a unique value here, so what I can do is distinct a keyword I can put. So this distinct keyword, what we will it will do is will try to get the data which is unique in this particular column. And if I execute this, now you can see it just shows two unique values, female and male, as a gender. So this is the use of a distinct. Now let's say we do have multiple values. Let's say first name. Now how this will work? First name and last name. And if you try to execute, if I try to execute, now it is not showing as just two rows here because uh, first name and gender is not unique. Suppose if you have some two values like Lata and Lata again with the female, then it is a duplicate value. So it is there will be just only one unique value. But here it is not the case. Now everything the combination is unique. Like if you can see all the records here, these are unique. Nothing is duplicate. That's why it is showing all the records. And this is the combination of the distinct or a combination of columns while using the distincts or while retrieving the unique records from a table. So this is a first basic about a select statement, and this is how we can retrieve the column values from the SQL table, and this is how we can use it. Now, suppose this is the query which is we have. So how we can save this? Just use this save the script to file, and we do have this beginner series, MySQL beginner series, where I can give like second is select basic select. Great. This will be the you can see this name has been changed, and now we can open this SQL again anywhere, or we can share it, or we can upload in the GitHub repository as well.